Hi, I'm going to talk today about some illnesses, and I would like to start for vomiting because I consider that is the most common illness. For example, we like learners at university, we have eaten many junk food, and this is a common reason why we can vomit. So, in this case, I can remember that in some cases, the most common reason why we had vomiting too much is when we probably had eaten something that was raw. This is the most common reason, I think, because we are gonna to be honest. Sometimes we just want to eat a hot dog or probably just some pupusas, but we don't know how the chef or even just the person that is vending the food has tried to do it. I mean, probably the hot dog is raw, or even the person didn't wash his hands before to do the food, and this is something bad because obviously you are going to vomiting too much. But we don't have not just that. And for vomiting, I will recommend you that it's try to eat an antacid. This is the most common medication that we usually try to do, because and on pharmacies we can buy it and are a little bit cheap, I will say. But this could be good and bad because in some cases this is just like to make the things worse. I will say that some antacids are really hard because they try to heal the problem, but they just did it worse. In this case, I will try to do another thing. It's like a recommendation because when I have been vomiting, I just try to do not eat anything for a little bit like 12 hours and just try to drink some water or even a lemonade. Believe me, this works very well. And I will talk about another illness that this will be just when you feel nauseous. You have been vomiting. You just feel nauseous. And okay, when you feel nauseous, probably is when you had smelled something that it's bad. I don't know if you have opened the refrigerator one day and you smell something that is okay, in this case raw, and you smell that and you started to try to feel bad. I mean, you are doing this mimic. It's like, oh man, that smell awful, and that's why when you start to feel like nauseous, and you start to remember the smell that you had smelled, obviously, and you start to feel a little bit bad in your stomach. You want to vomit, but you didn't, and it's like you just feel nauseous. In some cases with girls, this will happen with when they are just like bad or just doing something that is not good. In, I would like to say that with nauseous, we usually try to take a painkiller, but like an experience, it didn't work. Well, for this, I would like to say that for when you feel nauseous, just try to breathe a little bit, take water, or even just a pill. But with the pill, we are going to have a problem because if you drink the wrong pill, you will have some symptoms that probably will be worse just to feel nauseous. In this case, I would like to say that when you feel nauseous and take a syrup, this is good, a little bit good, because an antacid it's not going to work because you haven't vomited. yet. Yet. Because probably you will do it. But just to feel nauseous, try to breathe a little bit, thinking other things. Believe me, this is what I do when I feel just nauseous. And try to do not eat anything because this is going to be worst. And well, this is my recommendation, I will say. For other symptoms, it's for when you are coughing. Well, the most common thing for coughing, it's like probably that you are sick. Obviously, you are sick because you are coughing. And as my mom do with these cases, she usually give me a syrup because my throat is starts to itch. And when you feel like this in this part of your body, obviously your throat start to itch. This is hard even to talk, and you are trying to talk. Is like, hi, i'm I'm Brayan, and you can talk because your throat is itchy. So in this case, some syrups are good, even with flour of strawberry. I love that those kind of syrups. When I was a child, usually my mom gave me some syrups like with with strawberry flavor, and believe me, I love it. And this is the most common thing that we usually can do, and it works. Because in some cases we are thinking that my throat is itchy and I can't talk, but with a syrup it will be good because you can uh, stop the problem, I will say. Even I will say that with syrups we are going to have some symptoms too, is we if we take it too much, or with the wrong method, I will say. With this, because I remember when I was, I would like to say, 15 years old. Yes, I was 15 years old, and my mom gave me a syrup, and I loved the flavor. So I started to take it again and over and over and over and over, and this was bad because I started to feel nauseous because I I ate it too much. I mean, I was not just taking my recipe, I will say, because I was eating too much the syrup. Yes, I was doing like this. Oh, I feel a little bit itchy in my throat. So I will take the syrup. And I did it. Over and over and over and over. Finally, I start to vomiting. So imagine, this is probably a bad thing that we are going to have with if we try to do the things like we want and not the doctor's recommendation. So in this case, this is enough for me about coughing. So I would like to talk something about when you feel pain in your chest. This is difficult, I will say. In some things, you just think like you are short of breath, and this is normal. Cause probably you had run too much, or you was going to be late at your work, and you started to run and run and run and run, and obviously you when you arrive to your home you feel short of breath, and this is normal. You just have to breathe a little bit, try to stay calm, and with time you will be better. But when you feel pain on your chest, this could be difficult because we have a lot of symptoms with this. Probably you have high cholesterol, or probably you had hypertension, and this is something that we have to take in care too much. Because imagine the situation and you start to feel um, a pain on your chest and your heart is started to beat too much. Obviously that will be hypertension, and those kind of problems are complicated because you have to talk with a doctor to know the medication that you have to talk that you have to take. In this case, I will recommend that obviously visit the doctor and taking care about your health because it's important. Imagine that you have hypertension and you don't know about it. Probably you will eat something that could be worth for you, and probably you will just take a pill that it will be bad, and you will reach the doctor obviously because you have been bad. So in this case, I can give a recommendation for pain on your chest. I'm just going to say visit the doctor because probably we are going to have some problems. And imagine that you have your relative and you said, "Oh, you know what? I feel a pain on my chest," and he said, "Oh, just take a painkiller and you will be right." No, don't do that. If it's with your heart and you had a heart pain on your chest, go ahead and visit the doctor. Please visit the doctor because he will tell you more about it, and obviously he will give you a recommendation and a treatment and even medication to be better. So in this case, I just wanted to say this about medications and some symptoms that can help with illnesses and some recommendations that I have taken and it works. So this is enough for me. My name is Brayan and have a good day. See you.